going to talk about building the chest and tips on how to build your chest faster and efficiently. First things first, we're going to talk about the anatomy of the chest and how we go about breaking it down and the movements that we need to do in order to grow the chest. Then we're going to talk about the exercises that I use personally to grow my chest nice and big and fast. Then we're going to talk about the importance of protein and how protein comes into play after your workouts to become the building blocks of muscle and how to build that muscle. So, LPSfitness, let's get to it. So, first of all, we're going to talk about the anatomy of the pectoralis major muscle. Pectoralis major muscle is this huge muscle, the chest muscle. There's two muscles to your chest. There's pectoralis major and there's pectoralis minor. Pectoralis major sits superficial, which means on top of the pectoralis minor, meaning it's deeper to the pectoralis major. If you're gonna work your pectoralis major muscle, you're gonna work your pectoralis minor muscle. So they go hand in hand. The pectoralis major muscle attaches to the axial skeleton at the sternum, the clavicle, and the sixth cartilaginous rib. And then it's gonna go to the appendicular skeleton and attach to the intertubercular sulcus, which is the groove of the humerus, the bicep. It's gonna be the lateral portion of it. If you guys didn't know what I just said with the anatomy, the sternum is right here, right? It's gonna be in between your two chest muscles. The clavicle is right here. It's that muscle right here. It's that bone right here. And the humerus is just the arm muscle. So now that we got the anatomy down, we're gonna jump right into the exercises that I use in my workout. I usually start off with just regular, classic chest press, flat bench chest press to be exact. You can use a barbell or you can use dumbbells. I prefer using dumbbells personally because I feel like you have more control and you can actually get the contraction you're looking for. Pardon me, the movements of the chest, the pectoralis major, are medial rotation, and doing adduction, which is bringing the arm inwards. All the workouts that I will be discussing are actually gonna have that motion so you can use it to contract the muscle fibers in your chest. Classical bench press, flat bench, you can use barbell, you can use dumbbells. Like I explained, I like dumbbells better. It's actually gonna work the middle part of your pectoralis major muscle. It's gonna come from the intertubercular sulcus, the humerus, and you're gonna come up, elbows at like a 90-degree angle, arms and elbows 90-degree angle, and you're gonna push up, and you're gonna keep that up and squeeze your muscles as you bring the bar upwards. Squeezing it upwards is gonna engage those muscle fibers. You don't wanna just throw it up, bring it back down, throw it up. You're actually gonna work more your shoulders if you just do it in a fluid motion. You wanna keep that up, contract, squeeze, bring it down, get a nice stretch in your chest. Usually I don't touch my chest, but I hover over it. Everyone's different, everyone's anatomy is different, so it's what you prefer. So that's the first exercise that I do in this workout. I do typically 4 sets to 5 sets. I do 1 set to really get my blood flowing, get a nice sweat on, just so I loosen up those ligaments and tendons. Then we're gonna jump to inclined bench press. Inclined bench press is fantastic because it's gonna work the upper portion of your chest, which is right here, and that's gonna sit right under the clavicle. And same motion, the muscle's also gonna attach to the intertubercular sulcus because it's all one muscle, and you're gonna bring it upwards 90 degrees, but you're gonna touch the bar upper, like sitting right up here. You're not gonna touch it too low, you wanna touch it high, so you really engage those muscles up there. Bring it up, come to a squeeze, really squeeze that out, bring it back down. Same motion, same everything than with flat bench press and incline bench press. They're both one, they're just, the benches are sat differently, but the same movements apply. Then we're gonna head over and do either decline push-ups if you're into doing free body weight exercises, or you can do overhead chest press, that's what it's called. So you're gonna sit your arms at the center of your chest, fully extended out. Actually not fully extended, you're gonna bend your elbows a little bit. You're gonna lay your back on the bench, and you're gonna bring it from your xiphoid process. The xiphoid process is that little portion where your chest breaks off, the two muscles break off. It's that cleavage. So you're gonna bring the weight in between that, You're gonna come over your head, extend over your head. You're gonna stretch that muscle out. You're gonna bring it up and then squeeze the muscles as you bring it back to that xiphoid process. You wanna squeeze the muscles. That's gonna bring that bottom portion of your chest muscle and really engage that. Same with decline push-ups. If you're not into doing heavy lifting or using weights in general, also you can do push-ups to really work that chest muscle. Push-ups are fantastic. That's how I started actually working my chest. If you're a younger guy, do push-ups. They work. They'll benefit you in the long run. Those are the 3 portions of your chest that you can work, right? So middle, upper, lower. Also, I like having that definition, seeing that sternum, and having those fibers really just show. So what I do is I grab a plate, just a regular plate, 45-35 plate, and I'll get a bench on incline. And these are called incline plate press. So incline plate press, you're gonna have the weight. You're gonna keep your hands parallel to one another and the weight's gonna be in between your 2 hands. You're gonna be on the incline bench and you're gonna bring it upwards. Same thing applies here. As you come all the way up and extend your elbows all the way upwards, you're gonna contract the fibers in your chest, the muscle fibers in your chest, and you're gonna squeeze that out. Pause if you need to. You can pause for literally a second, 2 seconds. Pause, squeeze, really focus on squeezing that muscle. Bring it back down, stretch those chest muscles out, bring it up, bring it down. Okay, so those are the 4 exercises that I'm gonna give to you guys that you can use in your workouts. If you're a beginner, these are fantastic. I would recommend having a partner, someone that's experienced to show you how to do these properly if you do not remember this video. Now we're gonna go talk about protein. Protein is honestly 100% needed if you want to grow your muscular physique. Protein is the building block of all muscle and it's needed especially after a workout. I'm gonna tell you why. Because during a workout, there is a term called hypertrophy. Hypertrophy basically means that your muscle cells are gonna grow in size. As they grow in size, your muscle is actually gonna grow because those are muscle cells. Your muscle fibers are gonna split and they're gonna grow in volume. But this splitting is only limited. Body is gonna go into a catabolic state. Catabolic means breaking down. It's gonna break down those muscle fibers and you're actually gonna lose muscle mass. So to regain and build that muscle back and actually grow your muscles, you need protein building blocks to resynthesize those muscle fibers together. And later on, as you keep working out and you go for a long period of time, months on months, years of working out, you will see huge results if you take protein powder. Whey protein powder is fantastic. Highly recommend. I'm not gonna say brand names because there's all these different kinds that are fantastic. The one I personally use, very expensive brand. If you want, you can buy it. It's called Isagenix. This is not an ad. I use it and I love it. If you want to check it out, go check it out. Yeah, search up Isagenix on Google. And that is it, guys. If you have any questions, anything, leave it in my comments. I'll be sure to respond. I love getting feedback for my videos and I love getting your responses so I can learn a little bit more on your perspectives on how you sit with your workouts and what you're confused about, and I want to help you out. This is why I created this channel, to help you guys out as much as possible. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, like this video, I would really appreciate it, and see you in the next one. We do videos every single week. Cheers.